How far from zero? Direction does not matter. Distance is the story.
Welcome to Numberline Shore. Look closely at the markings on the stones and reeds. The quantities of this landscape are carved directly into the environment. Observe the turtle starting here at position 0. If we want to evaluate the expression, the absolute value of -7, we have to see what that represents in physical space. Absolute value measures the exact physical distance from 0. To find the coordinate -7, we count the increments as the turtle moves from the 0 marker lily pad out to the stone. Because we are measuring a physical step count, it is impossible to travel a negative distance. The total length of this path is exactly 7 units. This physical reality is recorded in the mathematical notation. Looking at the reflection beneath the stone, the absolute value of -7 equals 7. Those vertical bars are an instruction asking for the total number of steps. The negative sign tells the turtle which way to walk, but it does not change the final magnitude of the journey. Consider two different paths on the shore. One hiker is at -6 meters, and another is at 4 meters, relative to a central marker. On a standard number line, 4 is the larger value. But when we ask who is farther from the marker, we are no longer comparing coordinates, we are comparing distances. These reed charts isolate the absolute values. We extract the raw distance from the origin for both. The absolute value of -6 is 6, and the absolute value of 4 is 4.
A debt of 30. The size is 30. Absolute value measures size.
Take a moment to look at the physical paths. Based on the isolated distances of 6 and 4, determine which hiker has traveled a longer distance from the marker. Since 6 units of distance is physically longer than 4 units, the hiker at -6 meters is actually farther away. This shows that a smaller coordinate can still have a larger magnitude. This logic applies even when we aren't measuring physical steps. Imagine a bank balance change of -$25. We can use this driftwood table to see how that value functions. In finance, the negative sign acts as a directional indicator. Here, it tells us the balance is moving downward, a decrease. The absolute value tells us the size of that change, regardless of the direction. The absolute value of -25 is $25. Combining these two pieces of information provides a complete picture of the event. The account decreased, and the total size of that change was $25. The mathematical sign dictates the nature of the event, a gain or a loss, while the absolute value dictates the scale of the impact. Sedge and Kit return to the water's edge as the day's measurements come together. Across every example, the lesson is the same. The sign indicates which way to move, but the absolute value always tells us how far. We saw it in the pebble ticks, measuring 7 units, the stone marking a distance of 6, and the driftwood table recording a $25 change. When we strip away the directional signs, the isolated magnitudes, 7, 6, and 25, represent the true scale of each event. Which mark in the environment proves the mathematical relationship, and how does the animal's movement show that the measurement is accurate?
Distance never goes negative. Size tells the stakes. Find one around you,